to start. Okay, welcome to this Wellness Wednesday healing meditation. This specifically is for self-care, for nurturing your inner child, and for nutrition. Our bodies are our temples. Our thoughts create our words, create our worlds, but so does what we put in our bodies and how we treat it. There's a scientist that did experiment on a glass of water and the molecules in the glass of water. And he spoke to that water with anger and hatred and cursed at it. And the molecules actually started to frazzle and disperse, caused chaos. And then he began to speak to that water with love and kindness. And the molecules actually started to slow down and come together in unity. And that's just how you speak to water. Over 70, 80% arguably of us is water. So think about how we speak to ourselves and just nutritionally on that level, what it causes on a molecular level. And then before you take a drink, like, what are you thinking about? Are you even conscious to the nutritional value and power of water? If you have water nearby, I invite you to think about that and take a sip. And if not, I encourage you to always have some water nearby, whether it be a water bottle, a glass. I love jars. I reuse all of my peanut butter and almond butter jars and put a lid on them. And then I can carry the water with me everywhere I go. And then I'm more likely to drink water. So that's a great way just to start to learn how to hydrate ourselves and put the oxygen mask on ourselves first before helping others. Otherwise, you're pouring from an empty cup. So as a chief well-being officer in the world of wellness and a wellness coach, well-being coach, one of the things I look at with all of my clients, including you, is the 4 pillars of wellness, right? Stillness, sleep, exercise, and nutrition. Most of us are lacking on that stillness, slowing down part. But how many of us are starting to skip meals because of hyper-productivity world, because of our cell phones? How many of us are on our phones while we're eating? How many of us are not even conscious while we're eating to like how our food tastes and makes us feel inside? Countless studies from Harvard and Yale and all the science places everywhere have shown us that the mindfulness we bring to our food and to our nutrition can heal our bodies. People have healed their bodies from cancer with food, with nutrition. You are what you eat. So if you put a bunch of fake crap in you, you're going to start to feel horrible. Your coloring will change. You start to eat live, living foods. Your energy starts to shift. Your skin color changes again. Your nails become stronger. Just adding fruits and vegetables. You don't even have to diet. In fact, losing weight actually implies that something's lost and you have to go find it. That's why the diet industry does so well. So what we want to practice is nurturing ourselves with love and care, nurturing ourselves with food and water, nurture ourselves with the medicine we have available. Set yourself up for success. Keep nuts and fruit always in a jar at work, on your table, so that when you have those cravings, you reach for that first, or the rice cakes and peanut butter, or apples. Right? I love apples and grapes, things that you can actually keep around that may have something sweet, but also be nutritional for you and help serve you. So I'd like you to meditate on that, feeding your body and your soul with food, how you speak and how you eat. Considering you're literally consuming negative energy when you're speaking to yourself with unkindness. You're consuming negative energy when you eat something without mindfulness. So let's take a deep breath in and transform that in this meditation together. Part of me talking you through this is already starting to guide your body, your mind, your visualization, your molecular cells, your nervous system to calm, to start to welcome, nurture, and care. So I invite you to breathe, to close your eyes, to find your feet flat on the ground. Or if your legs are crossed, find your sit bones flat on something and sit up tall. Allow all your vertebrae to align like a string pulling you from the crown of your head into the heavens. Simultaneously, roots growing from your sit bones or your feet down into the ground. So you're both rooted and you're rising. If we're to think of our bodies like soil, I want you to tap into the power of the soil. Imagine your feet plugging into a socket. And that socket, that outlet, is the earth. The earth has infinite wisdom and nutritional value. We can grow everything we need there. Trees even communicate with each other and share nutrients based on who needs it most. And the care they need, what they're getting or not getting. Through the mycelium network of fungi that communicate, these thousands and millions and trillions of strands just beneath our feet that can feel us up to a mile away. Right? Communicating always this intelligence, and we're breathing in all of it, and we're exhaling this carbon dioxide that feeds it. They literally, these plants take it, turn that, they want it, need it into oxygen and feed us back in this beautiful dance, just by being here, just by breathing. Take another breath. As you continue to now start to imagine the earth's core and center. Imagine scooping up fresh earth energy and pulling that energy up into your feet, to your ankles, your knees, your thighs, your hips, and all the way up into your chakras. I really want to focus on that chakra, that energy center they call in Tai Chi or Dantian, or your solar plexus, just above your belly. And then your belly, the center of that. How often, since so many people are experiencing like judgment about our bellies, maybe yours, how often do we make judgments about our bodies versus how often do we tell ourselves how beautiful we are in our unique design and shape? Everything we think we need to be and look like is actually based on commercialization and making money. So if you were to start to nourish your body here and now as it is and as it isn't, I'd like you to send some loving, kind energy just from your palms right into your belly right now. And this judgment doesn't discriminate whether you're man, woman, non-binary. We all deal with these body issues, these things we think we need to be. These parts that we don't fully love and accept. I'd like you to just to say one thing quietly to your belly. One thing kindly, something loving. The other important part of this is that, and beautiful, thank you. The other important part of this is that there's 3 brains in our body. There's the one we always train in school in our head. And there's one in our heart, which is 10,000 times greater than the one in our head. Yet we rarely use that. And then we have a brain in our gut. Our gut is actually responsible for so much of how we feel, think, and process. It's responsible for our energy center, for our hunger, for our communication, for knowing what we need when we're thirsty, when we're tired. The gut biome inside of our gut is so important to this. We need to nurture it. Would you feed your own child the same things you feed yourself? Late at night, wake them up to shove ice cream, right? Not have them skip meals. Right? You wouldn't let your own children skip meals, so why do you? So this is the opportunity to start to make self-care a priority. I'd like you to take a moment to imagine your life like a movie trailer. We're going to do like the 60-second version. And the projection I want you to see is coming from your mind's eye, from your third eye chakra, just above your eyebrows and in between them, and projecting out into the world, out into a movie screen in front of you. And on that screen, I'd like you to see you living your healthiest self, eating so well, feeling great, having enough, having meals ready, feeling nourished after every meal, having meal time, set time to eat, having time to eat, making time to eat. See yourself having that time. Other countries have mandatory siestas and time off for lunch. Why don't you slow down? Why is it any different for you? We train others how to treat us, but more importantly, we train ourselves how to treat us. Our most repeated habits and patterns are the ones that we will continue to repeat the most until we can start to train ourselves newly. Interrupt these patterns with care and kindness and nourishment. Nourish your inner child. Now, I'd like you to place your hands over your heart. Acknowledge yourself for nourishing that in you today. Taking the time to even imagine a world where you could care for yourself more. And I want to charge you. No, I want to, I want for you that you go and apply some of this into your life. That you go and practice nourishing your inner child a little more this week. And just send yourself some love right now. You wrap your arms around you, give yourself a big hug. You can actually receive the same oxytocin that we seek from hugging other people when we hug ourselves and we really mean it. And then open your hands up to the sky. And how I like to end all meditations, just to remind ourselves to raise our voice and take ourselves less seriously, is to shout out a big dude. So on the count of 3, we're going to let out a big dude. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, dude. Thank you for joining me for this meditation. I can't wait to hear how this is for you. Please let me know and share this with someone else who could use it today. Thank you.